Calling Cadence
Oh,
in the flesh. How are you guys doing today?
good. How you doing?
Good, good, good. You guys coming from California?
Yes, sir.
Nice, nice. How's California doing? How's the weather right now?
It's kind of bipolar at the moment. It seems like it gets cold and it gets hot, so it's
During the
kind
day,
of
it's
all over the
pretty
place.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels pretty good out here.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Ray, Oscar, it's great to see you guys. Of course, what a duo, what a band. Calling Cadence, so fun. I mean, the harmonies, guys. I mean, the whole thing makes us seriously just want to dance. Like sonically, production, the whole thing. Congratulations, first of all, on everything so far.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and by the way, like just the way it goes, like that was the first song, and we heard it before it was brought to our attention, and we loved it. So we were really happy when we got connected, and but yeah,
Thank
absolutely, absolutely, Oscar. But Oscar, let me start with this: the sound of your music, like it's an analog thing, right? Like it's like the way you craft. It's not a production. It's not an effect. It's the real deal analog, right?
Right, it's all live musicians, live singers, and it's our songs. And it was like a dream come true, to do analog just like our heroes did, because that's the way they did it, to make that pure sound. And that's kind of what we're going for, bringing some pure
Yeah.
music back into the world.
And it's beautiful. Like you can just hear like the little tweaks that it's not supposed to be perfect because
Yeah.
because nothing is, so yeah, it definitely comes across in the final product. And Ray, when you're recording a song like just the way it goes, which is a hit. I mean, to me, that's just a hit. At what point in the process that you're with Oscar and with the band and the production, do you know that it's a good song, that it's gonna be a hit? Do you have like a hunch?
Well, he's an amazing songwriter, so whenever he comes to brings an awesome song to the table, we pretty much know that we're going to use it, and it kind of transforms throughout the process. So when he originally brought the song to us, or to everybody, it sounded a lot different. So I think over time it kind of, had a lot of things added to it that made it the sound that you hear today. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if I answered the question.
Oh, you totally did. By the way, Oscar, where are you guys coming to us from? I just want to tell my audio audience, is this like a guitar center? Like this is the most beautiful setting ever.
Actually, this is California Vintage Guitars and Amps,
Oh,
right next
yeah.
to our studio, which we recorded our
hell
album.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of beauty in there. Love it. Love it. Love it.
There's a lot of beauty in here.
I mean, for a guitarist, this is where can you go wrong?
Exactly. Is it like a Toys R Us basically for you, Oscar? Like see you in 5 hours kind of thing?
Toys R Us.
Yeah, I mean, because there's vintage guitars here. We're in Sherman Oaks, California.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, it's a classic place. Definitely. And Ray, let me ask you about this song, Ghosting. About the song about ghosting. I think it's obviously a pretty epic, and you guys have this great single. It's about ghosting, and it's very timely, very genius. Where did the inspiration come from to grab something that is actually like a real life thing, but make it into like a banger, like a really good song here, danceable song?
Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, no problem. About ghosting, the idea to make a song about ghosting,
Well, that was all Oscar's lyrics, and we loved it. I don't even think ghosting was the original concept of the song. I think he just wrote a song based on
Well,
experiences he'd heard of.
it was coming out of the feeling first. Like it came out with just like that groove, and like I was saying before, like I was listening to a lot of like Sam Cooke and a lot of Motown and things like
Right.
that. And I wanted to make it more updated and modern, I guess, like with modern concepts, so people who don't know who Sam Cooke is can still like relate to that type of music and that type of feeling.
100%.
And I love ghosting, and I hadn't really been ghosted like that, like maybe since high school or something. But
Right.
so I was kind of making the scenario in my head and going off that feeling,
Totally.
when he started playing it, we just realized we were like, this is a song about ghosting. Like everyone talks about that all the time. Like, yes,
And
it's
then the
perfect.
instrumentation kept building, and then it became this big, song that it is now,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
cool because I think I started to write the song maybe like 3 weeks before it got recorded, and so
Yeah.
it came into the world pretty fast.
Sure.
Really cool.
Sure. No, no, and it's wonderful and it's danceable. It's not depressing at all. But Oscar, like you mentioned Sam Cooke, you mentioned Motown. You've been listening to a lot of this stuff, and it comes across like in songs like Good Day as well, like the whole thing. Why do you think that like this sound really is timeless, Oscar? Like it doesn't matter whether it's pandemic, pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, like Motown, Sam Cooke. This is like something that is never going out of style.
It's just that good, that pure feeling in music. I don't know. For me, that's what it is. And maybe there's a lot of nostalgia growing up with it. I mean, I
Yeah.
used to listen to KS 101 over here all the time growing up, and that played a lot of Motown and doo-wop and classic rock and roll. So for me, it's like something that's just deeply embedded into the soul somehow. And
Yeah.
no matter what you listen to, it just makes you feel good. And it's recorded on tape, in analog studios, real
Yeah.
people, real musicians playing in real time.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense
Yeah.
that we would use something like Motown.
Yeah.
100%, Ray. Ray, let me ask you about the timing of Calling Cadence and a little bit of like, quirky things that happened. Basically, January 2020, you guys were getting ready to really launch the project, like a lot of big plans. You guys have this great timeline for 2020. It's going to be our year. And of course, what happened. Was that a little bit of a weird time? And I'm talking about February, March, April, May. Like, were you guys like, is this supposed to happen? Like, take us into the mindset of those like your first few months there.
Oh, yeah, super weird and wonky. And of course, we didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, we always kind of had faith that it was going to happen, but we didn't realize how much it would be pushed back. And we had already worked on the project a little bit right before the pandemic hit.
Sure.
So we were already kind of in the middle of everything by the time everything happened. And then we just kind of worked through it, like however way we could. Like we're showing up in the studio with masks and, bringing
Yeah.
our own
Yeah.
vocal mics and things like that. So we kind of made it work.
Yeah, it kind of actually worked in our favor, I think, too, because our studio was being used only by our producer, Matt Linesch, at the time. And so he got ample time to mix it for us.
Love it. Yeah, love it. So it ended up working out great.
And it
Yeah.
worked
Love
out- Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love it, Oscar. And Oscar, you have such an interesting life story, man. I mean, not only a fantastic musician and artist in every way, but you did military service, right?
I did, yeah, for 6 years.
For 6 years, exactly. And okay, tell us a little bit about this Camp Lemonnier competition in Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Because you were you're like, people may see you and they're gonna hear your stuff and they're gonna think that this guy from 3 years old knew what he wanted to do, but there were some doubts, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, because I'd grown up, I'd never really listened to anything past 2000 sometimes. Most
Yeah.
of the time growing up, I was listening to a lot of blues and things. And so I didn't feel like I had a place to stand in music, I guess, in a place that I wanted to be. And so I decided to go on with my adventure route, I wanted to join the military and see the world and live.
Sure.
I mean, I wanted to change my name to Elvis at one point in my life, but I also wanted to change to Indiana Jones when I was like 3 or 4 years old.
Right.
So I had to indulge that side of me, I think, a little bit, and do it for service, for everybody here, because I'm just so grateful to be in this country. But I wound up in like a karaoke night. They used to do karaoke nights at the cantina in Africa. And I walked into a singing competition, and unbeknownst to me, and I ended up winning the 2 rounds there, and then they sent me back home early. And I got to work with a lot of amazing civilians who volunteered their time, who were vocal coaches and things like that. And so they inspired me to get out and said, hey, what are you doing with your life? Like, do something in music. You got some talent to work on.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it was like your breakthrough. Who would have thought, man? Like, listen, we do this for a living. Like, you have a really unique path. Love it, Oscar. Like, that should be a movie sometime. You know what I mean? It's just like you're in Hollywood. Like, we'll get some meetings next time, But oh my God, I love it. Yeah, totally. And Ray, you as well. I mean, your story's pretty great. I mean, big family. I mean, tons. How many cousins did you have, Ray? Like 1 million?
I don't know, over like 20 first
Like
cousins.
20 first cousins, man. Like your grandma, like God bless her. But when did you realize I'm an artist here? Like I am like the artistic fruit here of the lot.
I mean, I've been singing since before I could talk, and
Yeah.
I've been performing groups since I was like 2 years old. And my parents always knew I could sing, so they started me in piano,
Musical theater, right?
musical theater. But I started in piano because they were told it would help train my ear. And thank God for that, and thank God for all the choir I did in high school and that sort of thing, because I got really good at harmony really fast. And when I eventually moved to LA later in life, I realized how helpful that was, that I knew harmony just like second nature.
Yeah.
So started with piano, moved on to musical theater, and then I did a cappella in college. And after college, I joined a bunch of bands and started exploring like the band life. And I
Yeah.
realize it's where I should have started from the beginning, but I'm just grateful to be here and to be surrounded by someone who's done the songwriting thing for so long that like I learn a lot of things from him. As
Totally.
well as, have learned how to take influence from my listening history and write based on that. So it's kind of cool.
Oh, totally cool. And for Oscar, it must be really cool for you that like your mate here, she's got a great, her solo stuff is stunning. Sounds like Time, they're just beautiful, like stuff like that. And she does Adele covers. She can do all this. So
Yeah.
the fact that she's got like a wide range, I'm sure it's great for you that you can like really play off of that as a songwriter, right?
It is, yeah, and it's nice to have the female perspective in life too,
Yeah.
and you should not just write from the male perspective sometimes. It definitely helps to relate to other people, and she has just such a different background, so it's always nice to have her mind too in the
Thanks,
writing
Oscar.
session.
Likewise.
No, totally. Yeah, no, and we love your solo stuff as well. And guys, let me ask you about the band, because you guys have a A+, 10/10 band as well backing you. You guys are amazing, but I mean, Josh Adams on the drums, Elijah Thompson on the bass, Mitchell Yoshi's on the keys, like that kind of stuff. When there's a lot of talent in Nashville, here in LA, but like, how do you know when you can actually like have a chemistry? You know what I mean? Like, because you can put talent in a room, but like, how do you guys know that like we can put our creative soul with these people and like we're gonna be in the same wavelength?
I mean, half of that I think is kind of luck, and half of it is trying out a few different people too. But man, to me that kind of happened really. Just,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we got lucky.
I think we got lucky just for the people that were producing it knew who they knew as well. So it felt like kind of meant to be. I had a good time jamming with Eli and Josh. And I remember like the first time that we had started to fire up a session, and we were just doing like a little hippie jam. And this is cool. Like I felt like I was in a 70s session with these cats,
Yeah,
with
totally.
these monster players. So I was very grateful to have them around.
Man, super cool, guys. You guys have been so good with your time, and I think you may bless us with a song. We're really excited, but let me ask you this as well, Ray. Let me ask you really quickly about the Cowboy Killers, right? One of the projects that you guys had, there were some interesting stuff there. What happened to that project? Like, what did you learn from it? Like, how do you look back on that?
So Oscar and I were in a band before the Cowboy Killers, and he had the Cowboy Killers as a side project, which was a duo between him and his partner at the time, Kobe Ryan McLaughlin. And
Right.
so they needed a third part, but they were looking for a dude to fill the role, and they needed a guy who could sing lower harmony. And he knew me, and he was like, I know this girl.
Yeah.
So I came in and filled out the lower harmony of everything, which was pretty dope.
cool,
Yeah, and then we eventually worked together for some time, and then Kobe is an actor and had a lot of like acting things going on at the time.
Right.
So it just kind of worked out that it was just going to be us two. So we renamed ourselves and kind of changed the format a little bit, and that's how we came up with Calling Cadence.
Right.
Love it.
Yeah.
I mean, and you guys have such great vibes. You guys are gonna take the world by storm. We're excited for it, guys. So yeah. So what are you guys gonna play for us? It's stoked to hear it.
I think we can play Just the Way It Goes for you guys today.
Right on.
You guys want some Just the Way It Goes?
Cool.
All right. Straight from Sherman Oaks. Here we
Let's
go.
do it.
I woke up late again, all alone last night, waiting for some love to keep me warm and tight, but sure, 'cause I guess that's just the way it goes. So come down easy on me, baby, yeah. Won't you let me know, yeah. If you're gonna Don't put me down, I want you to do it soft and slow. Don't be cold, 'cause I guess that's just the way it goes. But I don't ask questions I don't need answers to, and I don't give no reason to look like a fool, 'cause you're gone like a ghost. Don't bother leaving a note, I'll get better, yeah, 'cause I guess that's just the way it goes. Oh, that's just the way it goes, yeah. Well, if you don't play nice, child, you'll be alone in the end. 'Cause what goes around again. So I'm told. 'Cause I guess that's just the way it goes. But now I'm moving through these clouds of moon. 'Cause you can't hold me anymore down low. Just let go. Oh, just let go. 'Cause I guess that's just the way it goes. Yeah. I don't ask questions I don't need answers to, and I don't give no reason to look like a fool, 'cause you're gone like a ghost. Don't bother leaving a note, I'll get better, yeah. So I'm moving on, I never felt so easy. Ooh, yeah. Well, when I know I can do so much better than you, baby. Yeah, well, I said now that I don't ask questions I don't need answers to, and I don't give no reason to look like a fool, 'cause you're gone like a ghost. Don't bother leaving a note, I'll get better, yeah, 'cause I guess that's just the way it goes, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's just the way it goes, yeah. Yeah, 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 that's just the way it goes. It's the way it goes, yeah, just the way it goes, just the way it goes.
Oscar and Ray. The day is downhill from here, guys. Unbelievable.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was so fun. Was that as fun as it looked like for you guys? Wow.
We have a lot of fun. When it comes down
Right
to
on.
performing, we're just like, whatever, let's just have a good time.
Man, you
So
guys got
fun.
something special going on. We cannot wait to see your guys' growth and catch you guys on the road. Thank you for your time.
Thank
Thank
you so much. Thank
you.
you for having us.
Absolutely. Take care, guys.
Good day. You too. You too.